Hello, hi everyone. This is Tushar from Biotechnica. I welcome you all back to this session of General Aptitude. In this session, we have already discussed various important topics for CSIR net like permutation, combination, and probability, number series. And today I'm back again with a very important topic, which is geometry. So please share the link with all your friends and colleagues so that they can enjoy and they can understand the concept of geometry much easily and solve the part A questions in it. Good evening, Sanchari. And to all brothers and sisters out there, happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. So today we'll be having an awesome top session where we'll be discussing various concepts regarding geometry. And in every year, we can see at least 1 to 2 questions in CSIR net and also in GET. So you can understand what is the importance of this topic. And the questions are very conceptual. So we need to practice and understand the concepts simultaneously. So share this link with all your friends and request them to engage in this conversation where we'll be learning a lot about geometry. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then we can begin with the session. Okay, so then let's begin this session. Now, first of all, when we talk about geometry, it means all the diagrams, all kinds of shapes and structures that we see. So formally, to begin with the session, let's define what is a polygon. So what is a polygon? So polygon is a figure. It's a figure which is bounded by 2 or more than 2. It's a figure which is bounded by 3 or more than 3 straight lines. So what is a polygon? It's a figure which is bounded by 3 or more than 3 straight lines. Now, there is a good evening, Shubhra. Welcome you all to this session. So there is 2 kinds of polygon that we can generally see. We can see regular polygon, we can see irregular polygon. Now, what do we mean by regular polygon? Regular polygons have all sides similar. So if I write this, if I consider this to be a regular polygon, it means all the sides of this polygon are same, and all the angles, the interior angles and the exterior angles are same for the regular polygon. So I'll just repeat what is the regular polygon. Regular polygon. For a regular polygon, all sides are same, and all angles are same. This is important. Now, just the reverse will be it for the irregular polygon. So as the name suggests, the sides and the angles of this polygon will not be same. So that's we need to consider when we are considering a regular polygon and an irregular polygon. Good evening, Rhythm. Now coming to some of the properties of polygon. So we'll be using these formulas very often when we'll be solving this question. So you need to know this formula so that you can solve these questions quickly without having any confusion in your mind. So just we'll go through the formulas. So the sum of interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. Where n is the number of sides of a polygon. So if you want to calculate, let's consider a triangle. It's the simplest example that we can take. So triangle has 3 sides, n equal to 3. Now, the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 into 180 degree. So you can just confirm it for triangle. We all know that for the triangle, the sum of all the angles is 180 degree. So we can just see here. For triangle, it's 3 minus 2 into 180. So it will be coming 180 degree. So this clears that sum of the interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 into 180 degree. Now, if you want to find that each interior angle, the value of each interior angle, then what we can do, we can just divide it with n. Suppose in same triangle case I am taking. So we know the formula for all the interior angles, summation of all the interior angles, it is n minus 2 into 180. Now, if I ask you, what is the value of each interior angle? It will be just you divide by n. So here n is 3. So it is 180 upon 3. So it will be 60. For a regular triangle where all the angles and the sides are equal, it will be 60. So basically what we need to do for each interior angle, if you want to find, the equation for this is n minus 2 into 180 divided by n. Similarly, the sum of all the exterior angles of a polygon is 360 degree. This is a very important point. So sum of all exterior angles for a triangle is, for a polygon is 360 degree. Now you can just verify this with the simplest example that we can have, that is a triangle. So for a triangle, the interior angles are, considering an equilateral triangle, the interior angles are 60, 60, 60. It has all the angles equal. So if we extend this angle will be 120. Similarly, if we extend this angle will be 120. This angle will be 120, and if we add all this angle, it will come to be 360 degree. So what this means? This means the sum of all the exterior angles is equal to 360 degree. Okay. Now the same thing, if we want to find each exterior angle, then we need to divide it with n, where n is the number of sides. So it will be 360 upon n. Now coming to the fifth point, that if you want to find the number of diagonals, if you want to find the number of diagonals in a polygon, the formula is, I'll just clean up the screen. The formula is n into n minus 3 upon 2. N into n minus 3 upon 2. So we will be discussing questions based on this. That time I'll show you logically that why it is coming to this formula. So the number of diagonals for a polygon is n into n minus 3 upon 2. So then let's dive in and solve some questions so that we gain more clarity over the concepts. So the first question, let's begin with a very simple question. For a regular polygon having 12 sides, the interior angle between the sides of the polygon is, so what is the interior angle for a 12-sided polygon? Try solving this with me. For a regular polygon having 12 sides, so n is given 12. We have just saw the formula for it. What is the formula for it? N minus 2 into 180. This will give us the sum of all the interior angles. Now what is our task? Our task is to find the interior angle, single interior angle, each interior angle. So we need to divide it with n. Try solving this. Just you need to plug in the values of n here. Great, Sanchari. Sanchari is saying 150. Other guys, try solving this. See, knowing the formula is not important. More important is you need to use and see how apply it. That is more important. So try solving this. So just if we put the value 12 in place of n, it will be 12 minus 2 into 180 upon 12. So it is 10 into 180 over 12. So it is basically 1800 over 12. So if you divide this 1800 over 12, the value will be coming to 150. So the correct answer is option A. Great, Subra. Great. 150. So the answer is 150. So this is how we solve it. Whenever they are asking us the angle, the interior angle, each interior angle. Now moving to the next question. The number of diagonals of a convex dodecagon is, so they have given you also the number of sides for a reference. So dodecagon has 12 sides. Try solving this out. The number of diagonals. Now if you can see, there is a term used here, convex dodecagon. So I'll just quickly help you to understand what this convex means. So whenever we are saying a convex polygon, so the regular polygons are generally considered to be convex polygon, and an example of concave polygon is this. Basically, how do we define it? If we want to draw two lines between two sides of a polygon, that line should come in between or inside the area of a polygon. I'll repeat my words again. For a convex polygon, the condition to differentiate between a convex polygon and a concave polygon is, suppose let's consider this is the pentagon we are having. So if you want to draw a line segment joining these two sides, two adjacent sides, then this line should come in between or in the area of the polygon. So as you can say, if this is a polygon that we are drawing, so this is a convex polygon. Why this is a convex polygon? Because if you want to join this line, let's name it A, B, C, D, E. If I'm drawing a line between AB, between AC and CD, so this line will be out of the area of the polygon. So this is an example of concave polygon, and this is an example, the regular polygons are all convex polygon. You can just remember it. Okay. So rhythm is saying 54. The number of diagonals. So what we have seen, what is the formula that we have seen for the diagonals? We have seen that n into n minus 3 upon 2. This is the formula that we have seen. This is the formula that we have seen. Now what is n over here? N is the number of sides. It is 12. Just plug in the values. 12 into 12 minus 3 upon 2. So it will be 12 into 9 upon 2. So basically it is 54. Basically it is 54. So 54 is the correct answer. Great, Rhythm. So we can also logically understand this thing. Let's take a simple example. So if we are having a pentagon, so let's start with this point A, B, C, D, E. Now let's try to logically analyze this formula, how it is coming. Now if I ask you to draw different polygons for this, if we start with point A, now a diagonal can be drawn with the opposite side or not with the side beside this. So we need to consider, if you are drawing a diagonal, so for considering A, the diagonal could be A to C, A to D. These are the two possible diagonals, because between A, B, this will be the side, so we can't draw a diagonal. Similarly, if we do for B, we'll be getting 2. Similarly, so what is the thing that you are getting? If we are having 5 sides, so basically these 3 sides, if we are considering A, so these 3 sides, B and E, are not used in making the diagonal. So if we are having 3 sides, only 2 opposite sides are used in diagonal making. So basically n minus 3 is coming from here. So for a single vertex, we'll be having n minus 3 diagonals. So if we are having n, then it will be multiplied. And since every time we are doubling it, every time when we are calculating for A, we will also adding up the other diagonals. So basically we are calculating it twice. So we have to divide it by 2. So this is the logic. So we have this formula n into n minus 3 upon 2. I'm sure this would have clarified all the things. Now moving to angles. So we know that there are complementary angles and the supplementary angles. Now what are complementary angles? The complementary angles, for complementary angle, if we add upon 2 angles, the value is 90 degree. So 2 angles are said to be complementary if their summation is equal to 90 degree. This is what is complementary angles. Now what are supplementary angles? So for the supplementary angles, the angle of summation would be 180 degree. So this angle 1 plus angle 2, this angle 1 plus angle 2 will give us to 180 degree. So this is what is complementary angles and supplementary angles. Now we will be seeing very often that we will be having a case of vertically opposite angles. So for vertically opposite angles, they are same. Now just observe here. Now we are having 2 lines that are intersecting. So this angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. Why? Because they are intersecting and they are vertically opposite. This angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. I'll just write it down. Angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, vertically opposite angle, and angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. We'll be using this very often when we'll be solving how to find angles. Okay? How to find angles. So these are vertically opposite angles. Now this is a condition, this is a case where we'll be seeing various kinds of angles. So if AB is a line parallel to CD, and T1 is the transverse, if T1 is the transverse, so what are the relations, various kind of relations we'll be getting here? Try and see. So this angle 2 will be equal to angle 3. Why? Vertically opposite angle, the same thing that we have discussed here. Same thing. If the 2 lines are intersecting, the vertically opposite angles will be equal. So angle 2 will be equal to angle 3. Similarly, we can say angle 4 will be equal to angle 1, vertically opposite. Again, if you look at the down part, we can also write angle 5 will be equal to angle 8. And similarly, okay, I'll just write it up. Angle 5 will be equal to angle 8. And similarly, angle 7 will be equal to angle 6. Why? Vertically opposite angles. These are vertically opposite angles. Now let's see another kind of relations. Now if we see angle 4 and angle 5, if you properly note, this angle 4 will be equal to angle 5. Interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles. Why? Let's try and understand. Now we know this angle 3. This angle 3. If this is angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So this 4 will be 180 minus 3. This 4 will be 180 minus 3. Okay. Now similarly, this entire space, I'll just rub up this thing. Okay. So basically we are having here angle 3 is equal to angle 6. So these are what? Interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles. Angle 3 is equal to angle 6 and angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Now, if you see or try to find out the relationship between angle 3 and angle 5, so angle 3 and angle 5, if we add them, it will be 180 degree. So these are few of the relations that we need to know while solving these questions. Okay, so angle 3 plus angle 5 will be 180 degree. Similarly, angle 4 plus angle 6 will be 180 degree. Now again, if we try to find out the relation between 1 and 5, angle 1 and angle 5, they are called corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Now this angle 1 will be equal to angle 5. How? Let's analyze and see it. So we know angle 5 will be equal to angle 4, and we also know that this angle 4 is equal to angle 1. So basically angle 1 will be equal to angle 5. So these are the basic things that we'll be using while finding the angles or solving the questions where angle is needed to be found. Okay. So these are different kinds of triangles that we have, different kinds of triangle that we have here. So if we go by the angle, there are three types of triangle: acute triangles where all the angles are less than 90 degree, right angle triangle where one of the angle is 90 degree, obtuse angle triangle where one of the angle is greater than 90 degree. Now, if we differentiate or acknowledge by the sides, if all the sides are equal, they are equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. If two sides are equal, if these two sides are equal, we call isosceles triangle. And if all the sides are different, we call a scalene triangle. So I was just refreshing some of the basics. Before we move to questions and solving complicated things, it's necessary to base or lay the foundation. So I'm just refreshing the foundations. Now let's solve this question. If in a triangle ABC, this is the figure that I've given, AB is equal to AC and angle ACD is equal to 120 degree, then angle A is equal to, so they are asking us the angle A. They're asking us the angle A. Try solving this with me. So they have given us this diagram. And they have given this value 120 degree. ACD they have given us to be 120 degree. Okay. Try solving this question. And they are saying AB is equal to AC. So AB is equal to AC. Now here we'll be learning a very important property of a triangle if two sides are equal. Great, Subra. Subra is saying 60. Okay, Sanchari is saying 60. Great. So let's try and understand this, how it is happening. So if two sides are equal for a triangle, then the angle formed by those sides with respect to the third side will be equal. Now what I mean, if ABC is a triangle and I'm saying AB is equal to BC, and if I'm saying AB is equal to BC, this means angle A and angle C will be equal. So I'm again repeating my statement. If AB is equal to BC in a triangle, then the angle formed by those sides with the third side will be equal. So I'll write it here. Angle BCA will be equal to angle BAC. This is what we infer when we are having AB equal to BC. Okay. Now here also we are having the same thing. AB is equal to AC. So if AB is equal to AC, so this angle B, this angle B, I'll just change it the pen. Okay, it's working properly now. Yes, this angle Angle B, I'll just rephrase it. Okay. This AB is equal to AC. So this means this angle B is equal to angle C. Okay. Now this is 120. So these are two complementary angles. So we can directly write this to be 180 minus 20, 180 minus 60, 180. This angle will be 180 minus 120. So this is 60 basically. This is 60. Now if this is 60, if this angle is 60, then this angle will be 60. Now only we have seen, because AB equal to AC. Now we know the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 degree. So 180 minus, if we add these two angles, it will be 120. So it will be 60. So basically the correct answer is 60. Okay, moving to the next question. Now, two sides of an isosceles triangle measures 3 centimeter and 7 centimeter. Which one of the following measure of the third side? So you need to say what is the size of the third side. This is a very good question. So again, we are trying to understand the concepts using these questions. Okay, try solving this question. This will clear a very fundamental basic of triangles. So they are saying that we have two sides. We have two sides of an isosceles triangle. They have given the two sides of an isosceles triangle as 3 and 7. And they are asking which one of the following will measure the third side. So what is the value of the third side? Try solving this with me. Great, Susmita. Susmita has correctly pointed out the property that we'll be using. Great. Great, Subra. Yes. So as Susmita has rightly said, it's angle sum property. Now let's understand this properly. So if we are having two sides, they are saying that it's an isosceles triangle and the sides are 3 and 7. Now if it is an isosceles triangle, it needs to have two sides equal. So either we can have two sides of value 3 and 7, or we can have two sides of value 7 and then 3. And let's see which will be correct. Now the angle sum property says, now if we are having a triangle with side A, B, C, it says that if we add up two sides, this needs to be greater than the third side. This is what is important. If we add up two sides, this needs to be greater than the third side. This is the angle sum property. So using this, we could solve this question. Now, if you see, if we take 3, so basically it's an isosceles triangle. So two sides will be equal. 3, 3, 7. Now, if we add up these two sides, 3 plus 3 is 6. So basically it is less than the third side. So this cannot be the value of the third side. Now, if you take 7, if you add up this, 7 plus 3 will give 10, which is greater than 7. So basically it follows this rule. So for us to construct a triangle, this is important. For us to construct a triangle, the sum of two sides need to be greater than the third side. So the value will be 7. Okay. So moving to the next question. Pick the correct statement it is saying. What is the statement? The sum of any two sides of a triangle is always less than the third side. The sum of squares of two sides of a triangle is always equal to the square of the third side. Two internal angles of a scalene plane triangle can be equal. And the third is the sum of internal angles of a triangle is same as the ratio of circumference of a circle to its diameter. Again, this is a very fundamental question. Try solving this. This is a very fundamental question we are having. So let's analyze these options one by one. Okay. The first option says the sum of any two sides of a triangle. The sum of any two sides of a triangle is always less than the third side. Now only we have seen. So this statement is false. Great, Rhythm and Susmita. Okay, Rhythm is saying option B. So Rhythm just will explain and then you will get to know what is the error that you're creating. Okay. So the option, now only we have discussed. So option A is not possible. Now coming to option B. The sum of square of sides of a triangle is always equal to the square of the third side. Now this is wrong. This statement would have been correct if it is given a right angle triangle. You get it, rhythm? For a right angle triangle, this is true. For a right angle triangle, this is true. Okay, the statement, the sum of squares of a side is always equal to the square of the third side. Had this, correct, Pythagoras theorem. Had this been a right angle triangle, we would have got it correct. Okay. Now the second is saying that two internal angles of a scalene triangle are equal. Now only we have seen the very basic definition of scalene triangle. It says for a scalene triangle, all the angles are different. So this option is correct. Now by elimination only we can say that option D is correct. But let's understand. It is saying the sum of internal angles of a triangle in radian. So basically the sum of internal angles of a triangle is 180 degree. It is 180 degree. Basically it is pi radian. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. This will be equal to the saying that it will be equal to the ratio of the circumference of a circle. So the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r if we are considering the ratio r as the radius upon the circle diameter. The diameter of the circle will be given by 2r. So we can see this ratio is coming out to pi. In fact, this is how pi is defined. It is defined as the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter. So this is pi and this will be equal to pi. So option D is correct. Okay, great. So option D is correct. Now moving to the next question where we'll find the value of x. What is the value of x in the given diagram? This is the diagram that we are having and we need to find this value of x. Try solving this with me. So we need to find this value. We need to find this value. So all those properties that we have discussed, complementary angles, supplementary angles, vertically opposite angles, interior angles, this all needs to be used here to solving these questions. Try this. I'll just wait for a couple of seconds and then we can start solving this question. Okay. So let's try and understand it, how to find the value of x. Now they have given these angles to be, first thing we can do, we can extrapolate this line so that we complete a triangle over here. We are just drawing a triangle over here. Now we need to find this angle x. So we know that this angle is 130 degree. It is given 150 degree. So what will be the other angle? Since this is a supplementary, it will be 180 minus 130. 180 minus 130. So it will be basically 50 degree. So this angle is basically 50 degree. So our target is to find this x. And how can we find it? If we find this angle. If we find this angle. Okay, Subra is saying 30. Other, please try and solve this question. So basically, if we find this angle, if we are able to find this angle, then we can just subtract 1 from 180 and find this value. So how can we do it? Just see. So this angle, it is 130. So again, this angle, this is complementary. So it will be 50. Again, it is 130. So this angle will be 50. So if these two angles are 100 degree, this angle, since the sum of all the angles, interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So this is a triangle. This is a triangle that we can see. So this angle will be 180 minus 50 plus 50, which is basically 80. So this angle will be 100. So this angle will be 100. This angle will be 100. So if we have this angle to be 100, then we can just easily. So 180 minus 100 plus 50. So it will be basically 180 minus 150, which is 30 degree. Great, everyone who have got this answer correct. Okay, so this is the most basic question that we started with, finding the angle x. Now let's move to the next question. Now A, B, C, D and E are the vertices of a regular pentagon as shown in this figure. The angle ABC, so they are basically asking this angle ABC. So what is the angle ABC in degree? So we need to find the angle ABC in it. Okay, try solving this using the same concept. So we need to find this angle ABC. So remember, it's a regular pentagon. So what is a regular pentagon? For regular pentagon, all the sides and all the angles are equal. Okay. Try solving this. So one thing you can do, you can connect all the vertices. You can connect, I'll just move the screen. You can connect all the vertices and see if you're getting a hint. You can collect, I can give you this hint. You can connect all the vertices and see what you are getting. See what you can find. We want to find this angle. We want to find this angle. Try and correlate this with the interior angle. Each interior angle that we'll be seeing for a pentagon. Try and correlate with that. You might get a hint out of that. Okay. Okay, then let's try and understand this question. Okay. So since it's a regular pentagon, and if we join the vertices, we can draw this pentagon. So what is the interior angle that for each side, each interior angle for pentagon, what will be it? We can use that formula. We can use that formula. What formula we have seen? N minus 2 into 180 upon n. So here n is equal to 5. Here n is equal to 5. So 5 minus 3, 5 minus 2 will be 3. 3 into 180 upon 5. Since n is equal to 5, so we can just multiply it. 3 zeros are 0, 3 8s are 24, 540 upon 5. So basically it will be 108. Basically each angle, so if we see each angle, each angle will be 108 degree. Now we want to find this angle, Now what is the important thing that we need to understand? I'll just draw it over here. Considering all sides. So this is 180 degree. This is 180 degree. Now this point B. So if we draw this diagonals, so basically this BC and BA are the diagonals. And we want to find this middle angle. But you need to understand that since it's a regular polygon, regular pentagon, so its diagonals will also be equal. That is important. Since it's a regular pentagon, so its diagonals will also be equal. So if these diagonals are equal, then this entire angle, so basically if these diagonals are equal, if you have this triangle, and this triangle will be congruent, will be same. So this angle, this entire angle can be divided by 3. So basically 108 divided by 3, that will give us 36 degree. So basically you can see here 3 angles, 1 2 3, and we need to find the middle one. And since all the diagonals are equal, or since a regular pentagon, all the diagonals will be equal, so this 108 degree we need to divide by 3. So if the diagonals are equal, the same angle will be created in between them. Regular polygon, same angle between them, so it will be 36. Great, Subra, it's 36. So 108 upon 3 is 36. Option D. Okay. Now moving to the next question. So OA, OB and OC are the radii of the quarter circle. So this is a quarter circle, which means it's a 90 degree. Shown in the figure. AB is equal to the radius. So they are saying this AB is equal to the radius. What is the angle of OCB? OCB. They are asking this angle OCB. Try this out. What is the angle? This angle OCB. This angle they're asking OCB. So okay, it's not visible. I'll draw it again here. I'll draw it over here. I'll just remove it. So this is a right angled triangle OAC. This OA will be equal to OB is equal to AB. This is what they have given us. If I can move a bit, then you can see this. You can see this and try it. You can see this and try it. So basically they are saying that this OA, OB and OC are the radius. As you can see, that's it's a quarter circle. So for a quarter circle, this angle will be 90 degree. Quarter circle, this angle will be 90 degree. And they have also given us that AB is the radius. So we want to find this angle. We want to find this angle. Try this out. So I'll just solve it out. Great, Susmita. Susmita is saying 75. So let's understand this. Let's understand this. I'll again move side and explain this. Let's understand this. So we know this, what they have given. OA, OB and OC are radius. So all this will be equal. So all these terms will be equal. So OA will be equal to OB will be equal to OC, and they have also said that AB is equal to the radius. AB is equal to the radius. So basically this will be also equal to AB. So we can see that this is basically an equilateral triangle. This triangle that we are saying is an equilateral triangle. And what it is asked? It is asking us to find the OCB. Now if we know that this is an equilateral triangle, so for an equilateral triangle, each angle will be 60 degree. This is 60 degree. This is 60 degree. This is 60 degree. Okay. Now what they have said? They have said that this is a quarter circle. They have said this is quarter circle. What quarter circle means? 1/4 of a circle. So it will be creating 90 degree. So if this total angle is 90, if this angle is 30, so this angle will be 30 degree. Is this clear? This angle will be 30 degree. Now what we know? Let's understand here what we know. So is this clear? I'll just move it. Now if this angle is 30, and again we know these two sides are equal. Is it visible to everyone? This, since we know that this is the radius, these two are radius, so basically OA is equal to OB is equal to OC. Since these are the radius, so OB will be equal to OC. So we can say that angle B will be equal to angle C. We have seen this. We have seen this thing. So angle B will be equal to angle C. So if this angle is 30, then angle B plus angle C will be 180 minus 30, which is equal to 150. So they are asking us angle OCB. So basically it will be 150 upon 2, which is 75 degrees. Is this clear for everyone? Great, Subra. 75 degrees. 75 degrees. So the correct option is 75 degrees. Okay. Moving to the next question. AB is the diameter of a circle. The chord CD is perpendicular to AB, intersecting at point P. So if CP is equal to 2 and PB equal to 1, so what is the radius of the circle they are asking? So before we move to this, I'll just briefly say what is a chord. So chord is basically a line segment. If this is a circle, then this is a chord. This is a chord. It's basically a line segment whose end points lie on the circumference of the circle. So this is a chord. End points lie on the circumference of the circle. This is a chord. Now what is the important thing? Now if this O is the center of this circle, and if we draw a perpendicular, to this AB line, and if this is the point P of the intersection, so this AP will be equal to PB. This is an important theorem that we have for chords. So I'll again repeat it. So if you are having a chord AB and O is the center, and if we draw a line perpendicular to this AB chord, so basically that line will bisect the AB chord into two halves. So if P is the point, so it will be AP is equal to PB. So that converse will be also true. Converse is also true. What is the converse that we can say? That if we are having a line segment AB and O is the center and P is a point over here which is joining the center O to P. So if P divides this line into two equal halves, if AB equal to PB, if P is dividing this line into two equal halves, then we can say that this line OP is perpendicular to AB. So that the converse it is there. Okay. So having known this, we can solve this question easily. Okay, I'll just clear up this. So AB is the diameter. This is the diameter that we are having. AB is the diameter. CD is the chord. And it is said that CD is perpendicular to AB. So if CD is perpendicular to AB, if we are having the center O. Great, Sanchari. Sanchari is saying 2.5. So let's try and understand this. Okay. So AB is the diameter. AB is the diameter. Let's consider the center of the circle to be O. Now, if you draw this will be the radius of the circle. So let's take the radius of the circle to be X. Now this is X. Let's assume it to be X. Now it is saying the chord CD, this is the chord CD, is perpendicular to AB. So basically this line will bisect this CD. The theorem that we have discussed now, if there is a center, from the center of the chord, we draw a perpendicular to the chord, then that line or that perpendicular line will bisect the chord into two halves. So if CP they have given to be 2, okay, so this is 2, then this will be 2, Okay, and what is the other information they have given? They have given PB equal to 1. PB equal to 1. Although this is not required, but since we are discussing chord, I discussed the property also along with it. Okay, so this is 1. So if we consider the radius of the circle to be x, then this OP will be x minus 1, because this entire length is x. This entire length is x. So this OP will be x minus 1. Okay, now just use Pythagoras theorem. So what is Pythagoras theorem? The square of the third side, x square, is equal to 2 square plus x minus 1 square. So I'll just write, basically we are doing OC square is equal to OP square plus PC square. This is the thing that we are doing. So just solve this. X square is equal to 4 plus x square plus 1. I'm just opening this x minus 1 whole square minus 2x. So this x square will get cancelled. 4 plus 1, 5. So basically it is 2x is equal to 5. So 2x equal to 5. So if we'll be getting 5 by 2, which is basically 2.5. So 2.5 is the correct answer. So what is the take home message from here? We came to know, or we knew about the two properties of chord. So when we are drawing a perpendicular from center to the chord, it will bisect into two halves. Okay. Moving to the next question, next type of question. So a floor of size 13 cross 24 is to be paved using square tiles only. What is the smallest number of tiles needed to do this? So we'll be discussing a couple of tile questions now. So we are having the floor dimension of 13 into 24, and we need to completely pave this floor with square tiles. Try solving this question. So we want to lay the floor of this dimension 13 into 24. So let's do this. This is 13 into 24. This is the floor that we want to fill up with the square tiles. Okay. Now they are saying we need to fill up with the smallest number of tiles. This is important, smallest. So if we want the least number of tiles, so we have to take the largest dimension of the tile that is possible. So what is the largest dimension of tile we can take for the square? We can take 13. If we take 24 into 24 will be more than what is given to us. So we can take 13. So what we can do, first we can take a 13 cross 13 tile. We can take a 13 cross 13 tile. So what will be left here? 24 minus 13 will be 11. So this space is 13, 11, and this place is 13. We are left with this 11 cross 13 space we are having. Now what we can do? What is the next biggest or the largest tile we can take? Square tile. We can take 11 cross 11. We can take 11 cross 11. So if we take 11 cross 11, 11 cross 11 we can take. So what will be left after that? So basically we are left with 2 dimension. What is the dimension that we are left? So basically we are left with 2 and 11. This is the dimension. This is the dimension. We are left with 2 cross 11. I'll just erase this. Yes. We are just left with, great Sushmita. Sushmita is saying 9. So basically we'll be left with 2 cross 11 dimension. Now how can we fill up this with the square tiles? So basically what we can do, we have 2 cross 2 tiles. We can use 2 cross 2 tiles. So if we use 2 cross 2 tiles, so basically 5 of these we can use. So if we are using 5 of this, we'll be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we are using 5 2 cross 2 tiles, I'm just writing it, 2 cross 2 tiles, 5 we are using here. Now what is the dimension that we are left? So we are just left with the dimension of 2 cross 1. So in that space we can only fill 2 1 cross 1 tiles. 2 1 cross 1 tiles. So what we have got, I'll just write it over here. What we have got, if we count it properly, so this is 1, this is 2, and these are 5 2 cross 2 tiles. 1 2 3 4 5. So these are 5 in number, 5 2, and these are 2 1 cross 1 tiles. So basically 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So we just needed to count them properly. 5 plus 4 is 9. Now moving to the next question. Again, a similar question to this. You can easily solve this. For a rectangular area, this is just a similar question so that you can get practiced and solve it easily. 9 cross 6. So 9 cross 6. So this is the rectangular area we have. And what is the minimum number of tiles we need to fill this out? You can easily solve this. Okay, Rhythm, I'll explain. This is also a similar question. I'll explain this. If you have any doubt, then we can again go back to it. Okay, I'll again go back. So this is a similar question. Okay, so let's understand this. We are having a rectangular area of 6 cross 9. Okay, 6 cross 9, and they have asked us to fill up with the minimum number of tiles. Okay, so what do we have, or what do we understand from minimum number of tiles? So if we want to fill up with the minimum number of time, that means the dimension of tile that we are taking, dimension of square tile that we are looking into, need to be maximum. This is what it is, maximum. Maximum we need to pick, maximum size of the tile we need to pick, so that we have to fill up with the least number of tiles. Is this point clear to you first? So we are having 9 cross 6. This area is 9 cross 6. We need to fill up this area. Okay, so what we can do? There are two options. Either we can move with 6 cross 6 tile, or we can move with 9 cross 9 tile. But this 9 cross 9 tile will not be applicable because the area is less. Just we have the area of 9 cross 6. So we can take, or we can start with 6 cross 6 tile. So we can start with a 6 cross 6 tile. So if we take a 6 cross 6 tile, so basically 3 units will be left here. 3 units will be left over there. 9 minus 6 we have already covered. So this is the area of the floor. This is the area of the floor. We have placed a 6 cross 6 tile. Okay, we have placed a 6 cross 6 tile. So what is the length that we are having here? 3. And what is this breadth we are having here? 6. 6 we are having here. So how can we fill this with square tiles? How can we fill this? So we can have basically it's 3 is left. We need to fill. So basically we can have 2 3 cross 3 tiles. Okay, so we are going from a bigger dimension of tile to smaller dimension of tiles. Okay, so in this area, I'll just change the color so that you get the idea. So in this area we can fit in 2 3 cross 3 tiles. 2 3 cross 3 tiles. So it will be completely filled up. So basically how many tiles we are having? 1 2 3. So basically we need 3 tiles. We need 3 tiles. Great, Subra. Yes, we need 3 tiles. Okay, so this is how we do it. Just start. What is the question asking? The question is asking us what is the minimum number of tiles. So start solving from the largest dimension of tile that is possible given the floor area you have. So accordingly from that, slowly decrease and check and add them. Okay, moving to the next type of question. A rectangular area of side 9 and 6 unit is to be covered by square tiles. Now they have given the dimension to us, the square sides of 1 2 and 5 units. So they have given us the dimension of the tile, 1 unit, 2 unit and 5 unit. Okay, so what is the minimum number of tiles need to be filled up for this? Try solving this. The same concept will be using, but here you need not to think about different kinds of tiles that are possible. Here they have given you the value 1 2 and 5. You need to use tiles of this side length. Okay, try solving this. Try solving this question. So what values you are getting? So let's try and understand this. The same diagram, the same floor that we are having, 6 into 9. This is the dimension that we are having, 6 cross 9. They have already given us this 1 and 2 and 5. Now the same thing that will follow. We'll move with the largest. What we need? Minimum number of time. So we'll start with the largest dimension of the square that we can make. So we can see here 5 is the highest. So we'll start with the 5. Now if we start with 5, this is 6 cross 5. So we can make or put a 5 cross 5 tile. We can put a 5 cross 5 tile. So what is the length that is left over here? 4, and here 1 is left. Here 1 is left. Okay, so now what we can do? Great, Subra. Great. So now what we can do? Now, can we use more 5 cross 5? The answer is no. Why? The only length that we have is 4 here. So the 5 cross 5 tile won't fit into this. Okay, so we need to move to 2. We need to move to the tile size of 2. So how many 2 cross 2 size tiles we can fit into this? If we see this is basically 4. This is the basically 4 we are having, and this length we are having 6. Okay, so if we see here in this area, we can basically fit in 6 2 cross 2 tiles. How? I'll explain. 2 cross 2, 2 cross 2, 2 cross 2. So we have this area, this side length is 2, this side length is 2, so this 2 can combine to give you 4, and this side length we have 6. So in this 4 cross 6 area, in this basically 4 cross 6 area, we can place how many? 6 2 cross 2 tiles. This is the maximum we can get. 6 2 cross 2 tiles. Is this thing clear for you? 6 2 cross 2 tiles will be getting here. Okay, now what is the dimension it is left for us? So we just here we are having 1 cross 5. This is the dimension we are having here. So we have a dimension of floor 1 cross 5 left to fill up with square tiles. So how can we fill up? Just we can fill up with 5 1 cross 1 tiles. We can just fill up with 5 1 cross 1 tiles. So we'll just add them up. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 plus 5 will give us 12. 7 plus 5 will give us 12. So the correct answer is 12 for it. Okay. Now moving to the next question. A rectangular area of the same side, 9 and 6 unit, to be covered by square tiles. The question is the minimum number of identical tiles needed for this. The minimum number of, we are having the same floor. We are having the, so basically we are seeing the different kinds of tile questions that can be asked. Okay, 9 cross 6, 9 cross 6 we are having. Okay, so what they are asking, the minimum number of identical tiles. The minimum number of identical tiles we need to consider. So in that case, what we saw, we saw various 5 cross tiles, 5 cross 5 tiles. We saw 2 cross tile, 2 cross 2. We saw 1 cross 1. These all dimensions of tiles we saw. But here we have to use only one particular dimension of tile to fill it. That is the question what it is. So I'm just explaining the difference. What is the question asking you? So it is saying that we need to fill up this floor, 6 cross 9 floors, with only one kind of tile. Only one kind of tile. Only one kind of tile. So we need to find the dimension, and accordingly we can find the number of tiles required for it. Try solving this. Try solving this. So there is a concept between this. So you need to understand that when we are trying to fill up this 9 cross 3, 9 cross 6, so we need to find the minimum number of tiles. So what is the dimension? So basically, if you want, what this question means, we need to find the dimension of a tile which will be a factor of this. Why I'm saying a factor? Suppose we want to align the square tiles. So this square tiles should be aligned properly in this way also and in this way also. So what I mean from this, if it is 9 and 6, so we need to see the factor. We need to see the factor for it, or basically we want to check. The trick to solve this question is to find out the HCF, the highest common factor, because we want that this dimension of tile that we want to find should be a factor of 9 and 6 so that they fit in properly. If we are having or picking any other number, they won't fit in properly. Okay, so they won't fit in properly. So let's try and see. So I'll just remove this. So we need to fill in 6 cross 9. Okay, so what is the HCF for 9 and 6? What is the HCF for 9 and 6? Just we can find it out. We can find it out. 1 3 9, and here it is 1 2 3. So 3 is the HCF. 3 is the HCF. So basically we have to use 3 cross 3 tiles. Basically we have to use 3 cross 3 tiles. Do you understand the logic here? We have to fill with 3 cross 3 tiles. If you want to fill up with any other tiles, let's say 4 cross 3, 4 cross 3. So if you want to fill up this, we have to break some of the tiles so that we fit in this. So only with 3 cross 3 tiles we can exactly fill this entire space without breaking any tile. So if you want to fill up this with 3 cross tiles, so 1 2, so we can place 3 here and this here. So 3 3 3 cross 3, 3 cross 3. So you can just count. You can just count. We can fill this up with 6. We can fill this up with 6 3 cross 3 tiles. Okay, we can fill this up with 6 3 cross 3 tiles. Great. We can fill this up with 6 3x3 tiles. Okay. Now moving to the next question. The dimension of the floor is 18 cross 24. That is a similar question. Just you can practice here. The dimension of the floor is 18 cross 24. The same thing they're asking. What is the smallest number of identical square tiles will pave the entire floor without breaking any tile? So we need to fit in the same thing you can do. I'm just moving it quickly. The same thing we can do. We can find the HCF for 18 and 24. If you try to find out the HCF for 18 and 24, it will be 6. It will be 6. Try solving this. Try solving this question with me. It will be 6. Okay. So basically we need 6 cross 6 tiles. Basically we need 6 cross 6 tiles to fill into it. So I'll just write it here. 18 and 24. So how to arrange them? So we can just arrange in 4 tiles can be arranged according to 4, and we can arrange here 3. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically 12 tiles. So we can fill up 12 tiles in it. The same thing that we want to use here. So whenever they're asking identical square tiles, so we need to understand that for filling up this rectangular area, for filling up this rectangular floor, we need to use only square tiles of only one dimension. So how can we do it? We need to find a factor or we need to find basically the side of the square, which is a factor of this number, the dimension of floor that is given to, so that it exactly fits. So we can find the HCF. Okay. Great, Subra. Okay. Moving to the next question. Now, the next question is a modulation of this. The smallest square floor which can be completely paved with a tile of size 8 cross 6 without breaking any tile. Now you understand the question. It is reversed. So they have given us a rectangular tile. They have given us a rectangular tile 8 cross 6, and they are saying that we want to make a square floor. So using this rectangular tile, what is the dimension of the square floor? So basically they are asking how many square tiles we need, how many rectangular tiles we need of this size, so that we can make a square floor out of it. So do you get the difference between previous question? So here they have given us the dimension of the rectangular tile. It is 8 cross 6. This dimension they have given us 8 cross 6, and they are asking using this 8 cross 6 rectangle size tile, how many will be needing so that we make a square floor. Try this out. Try this out. So we'll be using the concept. So just understand what we want to do here. We have this. So if we are having a 8 cross 6 tile, let's put this 8 cross 6 tile over here. So this is 6 and this is 8. Now we want to make a square out of it. So basically this number and this number should be same for a square. So how can we do it? Only way to find this number is basically taking a LCM, or the least common multiple. So basically we want to find the least common multiple of 8 and 6, so that we can find basically the area, and accordingly we can calculate the number of tiles. So the way out of doing this question is to find the LCM of the numbers that are given us. 8 and 6. 8 and 6. So what is the LCM of 8 and 6? The LCM of 8 and 6 will be 24. This is the least common multiple that we can get. 24. Okay, Sanchari is saying 48. 24. Let's understand 24. First find the LCM for it, because we want to adjust this rectangulars. So basically the first target is to find the dimension of this box. So we can make a 24 cross 24 floor out of it. This is first thing that we have found. We have seen what is the common multiple of 8 and 6. So accordingly we can make this square floor. So the dimension of the square floor is 24 cross 24. So in this 24 cross 24, how many 8 cross 6 tiles we can fill up? Just you can put it 24. So 3 will be here. 1, 2, 3. 6 will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be 3. So basically we'll be getting 12. The number of tiles that needs to be used is 12. The number of tiles we need to be used is 12. Okay, 12. Sanchari, it will be 12. So basically the floor dimension, the dimension of the floor is 24 cross 24. It is asking us What it is asking? It's asking us the number of tiles. The number of tiles. What is the number of 8 cross 6 tiles we need to fit in? So basically that will be 12. Okay. Great everyone. Now let's move to the coordinate geometry. So moving to the coordinate geometry, I just quickly highlight some of the points. So in coordinate system, we'll be having 4 quadrants: quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Now, in the first quadrant, both the values x and y value are positive. See, x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Similarly, in the next quadrant, in quadrant 2, you can see the x values are negative. The x values are negative and the y values are positive. So the x value is less than 0 and the y value is greater than 0. In the third quadrant, all the values x and y both are negative. You can see both are negative. Okay. And in the fourth quadrant, only the x values are positive and the y values are negative. So this was the basic concept. Now again, if we are having 2 points, A and B, and the point are defined in the coordinate. So in the coordinate system, we'll be having various points. So this point, the coordinate in a 2-dimensional coordinate system, you can define a point by 2 points. So let's A will be x1, y1. This is the point. For B, it will be x2, y2. So if I ask you, what is the distance between A and B? What the distance between A and B? It will be basically root over of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. This is the length. This is the distance of AB if you want to find. This is a very important formula. Another important formula that we need to know, I'll just remove this. Another important formula that we need to know, one is AB is equal to, if you are given 2 points, x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So no matter what you want, x1 or x2 you can take, just maintain the order. If you are doing x2 minus x1, then y, in case of y also you should do y2 minus y1. That is important. Okay. Now another important relation for finding the equation of a line. Finding the equation of a line. This is an important thing that we need to know. So there are various forms of writing the equation of a line, but we'll see the most important that is used, or generally we get questions from this. What is that? So we can write in terms of, yes, okay. So we can write in terms of the 2 points. If 2 points are given here, x1 and x2 is given here, y2 and y1 is given here. So we can use these points to find this line. So how can we do it? We can just do y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1 will be x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon x minus x1. This is the formula that we can use if we are having 2 points. Okay. If 2 points are given to us, x1, x2. So I'll just write point A is given by x1, y1, and point B is given by x2, y2. If these are the 2 points and we want to find a equation using these 2 points, so we can use this formula: y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon x minus x1. So let's move to the first question of it. We'll just do this and wrap this session up. Yes, Sanchari, we can also use this formula, y equal to mx plus c. Correct. We can also use y equal to mx plus c, where c is the x-intercept, m is the slope. If slope is given to you, m is the slope. You can also use that formula. But since I'm specifically talking about this formula because you will be getting a lot of question on this. Okay. Now moving to this question. Find the value of x at which the given straight line crosses the x-axis. So we need to find this value of x where this line crosses the x-axis. Try solving this with me. So what formula we can use? Correct. Okay. What formula we can use? So just remember the points what are given to us. These are, let's consider this point A, 1, minus 2, and point B, 3, 6. These are 2 points that are given to us. Let's find the equation of the line. We can use that formula. Try and finding it. We can use that formula. Okay, what we can do? X minus x1, y minus y1 is equal to, we can just same formula that we can use here, what we have discussed over here. this formula we can use, okay, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. We can use this formula. So I'm directly writing this expression. If you write this formula, you will get this 4x equal to y plus 6. You'll be getting this expression. If you solve this equation, just you need to put on these values. The thing is, just you have to put these values. X values, what is x1? You can take 1 or 3, any one, you can take x1 or x2. Similarly, you can take any point y1 or y2 according to this. Okay, just fill in this formula. And once we fill in this formula, we'll be getting this equation. 4x equal to y plus 6. 4x equal to y plus 6 we will get it. Now what is the question it is asking? It is saying that at which point it will cross the x-axis. So basically we want to find this value. So at this point, it is important to understand that at this point the y will be 0. Since the point lies on the x-axis, the y will be 0. So basically 4x will be equal to 6. 4x will be equal to 6. So the value of x, what will we be getting? 6 upon 4, which is equal to 3 upon 2, which is equal to 0.5. So the correct answer will be getting 0.5 for it. I hope this is clear for everyone. So I'll just remove this thing. So what equation will you getting? 4x, if you put the value in the equation, this equation will be getting 4x equal to y plus 6. Now since it is in x-axis, we need to put y equal to 0, and then we can solve it. It will be 6 upon 4, which is 3 by 2, which is 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Okay, great, Sanchari and Shubhra. Yeah, okay. So this is what we have solved and seen different concepts of geometry in this session. We have covered some concepts of triangle, some concepts of circle, and also we have seen coordinate geometry. So thank you all for remaining with me in this session. And thank you all for staying. I hope I'm able to clear all your concepts or doubts what you had in geometry session. Okay. So please subscribe to Biotechnica and join the Telegram group. We'll be doing more such sessions for aptitude, and these sessions will help you to gain more marks in the part A of CSIR net. So thank you all for remaining in this session. Thank you.